Okay. Good morning, all. This is Bala signing on for Share Market Winners Academy. Thanks everyone for joining this session. This is the session all about how to use various tools for screening stocks and see the potential for us to trade or invest. Okay. Um, Please go through the disclaimer. I am not a SEBI registered consultant, and based on my experiences, what I've learned, I'm just trying to educate you. And any investment are subjected to risk, and please consult with your financial advisor before you make any investments. Okay, so with that, we are going to get started about how we can use tools. Okay, and as I suggested before, if you wanted to use mobile, it will be very difficult in terms of using these tools. I would suggest if you have a laptop, please use the laptop to configure some of that, and it will be effective in terms of setting your account. Okay, so today in this session, I'm just going to this is a part one of the session where we are going to see some of the tools and how to screen by using the uh, screener websites, which is freely available in website. Okay. And in this session, again, this is a disclaimer. As I previously mentioned, I'm not a SEBI registered consultant, so I will not be um, advising any of the stocks or promoting any of the tools, but just for your education purpose. Okay. Okay, so first, how to create the account in TradingView. Some of you might have heard about, I've been talking about TradingView and screener.in. That is one of the basics which we can utilize it. You can use free versions for using it. And the next one is exploring how to use screener features and how do we refine or filter some of those to identify stocks and write a simple search criteria in screener. So those are the things which we are going to see. And if you all are available, probably we can conduct another session tomorrow to run through how to use trendline and um, chartink. Okay, chartink is another screening tool which we can utilize as well. So now we can see how to create an account. Hope if you have, well and good. If not, people are new to the screener or a trading view. Um, if you open tradingview.com, um, that will give you a view like this. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Bob.
Good. So this this is very simple in terms of tool, and most of your brokers will provide a free version of your trading view as a chart in your broker version itself. You can see some of the charts which is from the trading view. Okay, but it does have the various features with the professional editions or the paid versions, but you can just go ahead and create you can just create a login by clicking login button here. Sign in. It will. You can use your Gmail account to log in. You can put your email and then put the password. Uh, okay. It will be very um, separately. Okay. I'm just using the basic version of it, whichever is used by everyone. Okay. This is how you can just click on the button and you put your email ID, set a password, login. Okay, the screen looks like this, and then the next one is the products where you can see super chart. This is what I am using it whenever you see some of the screenshots which I'm sharing in our group. That is what we are using it, and the screener. The next one is the screener in which you can utilize it for searching stocks, ETFs, bonds, crypto crypto coins, everything you can search. It is not just limited to India. It is across the world. Um, whichever area you wanted to explore, you can able to do it. Okay. Crashing. Just give me a second. So similarly, while that is having a problem, we'll look at how the screener.home that page looks like. And this is again another website where I use it for screening as well as for doing a fundamental analysis as well. Okay, so go to screener.in and try to create an account. That is again a free account which you can use it. You can register for free and just register. If you click on register for free, you can just need to give your email ID and password, or you can use the existing registered Google account which can be used to log in. Okay, so just use the I'm using the register use login. So I'm just clicking on login using Google, so that will take time to come in. I don't know what happened to TradingView. I'm just refreshing to see if it comes as well. Okay, so still loading. This one screener, it gets loaded, right? So it has various features. You can see feeds, screens, and tools. Okay, so if you take screener, you can create on your own some of the um, this is the section where you can create a screener. Okay, you can give some of the criteria saying that the market capital is more than 5,000 crores and the price to earning should be less than that. Like that, there is an example given. Likewise, you can create your own queries that will help you to screen. Okay, so I'm going back to the screener. There are some of these scripts which I have already created, which is based on some of the um, fundamental analysis chart cheat sheets which we are using in our group, as well as the I do follow some of the YouTubers. Based on that, I have created one of the multi-bagger stock predictions. Okay, this will be helpful to first screen and identify the stocks which are helpful for us to further analyze. Okay, it is not a straightforward. We just using these tools to first screen and identify the stocks. And there are some of these are pre-populated ones. You can see uh, these are the ones which is already existing as a default. Okay, um, I primarily use some of the FIA buying. FIA are nothing but a foreign institutions who are started investing in some of the stocks here, right? So they try to um, invest on some of these stocks based on um, they will have their own set of people who will be analyzing and finding the potential stocks and they would be investing. So if we follow some of those foreign institutions, if the increases their stake in some of the stocks, that would also help us to identify some of those stocks. Okay, so I use some of the FII buying. If there is significant FII buying happening, then the stock has the potential for growth because people would tend to invest and it will start the rally as well. Okay, and various methods are talked about here, like companies creating a new high, capacity expansions. This website behind the screen, they will collect a lot of data and try to populate those data in back of the stock. So they will be able to produce some of the metrics, and based on which when we query that, this FII buying, if let's say backend script, I can show the backend script of that. Change in FII holding is greater than 1% and FII holding minus change in FII holding less than 5%. The recent changes, whatever is happening based on this query is running. So those type of queries will be updated here. So it will be easy for you to populate. But this is a very basic script which is created here, but you can set your own criterias to filter these stocks. Okay. So for that, I have shown you how to create it. Okay. You can create and you can set up saying that market capital. It will be very easy scripting mechanism just to say greater than symbol, market capital is greater than 10,000. It is all in crores. Okay, so they have given in the right hand side, and then you can say P by price to earning ratio, or um, price to earning is greater than 15% and less than, to know, it will take 15% or 15. Let's put 15% and 30%. And you can create like saying um, FII holding greater than 1%, or you can even say 2% for that. DII holding, just an example I'm showing so that you can create your own way how to do that. And it will also throw some of the errors. So it is saying price to earning. So what I have missed here is the because I'm giving passing on all the conditions, right? So for that condition, whether I need to say along with that, I need to have and or that conditions which I have to specify. So that is why it is throwing a error. So now after giving the and argument there, I am able to see there are about lot of stocks which came in because my criteria is not refined one. So in that you will be able to see which are the stocks. It is not coming in a particular order. It is just populating the results based on our query. Okay. From here you will be able to refine further by giving some more updates, which you can do it in the bottom of the screen, where you can add profit growth. Profit growth is greater than profit growth of last 3 years. Okay, basic. So I'm just giving an example for you to run so that previously it used to be more. Now it might have reduced because the number of stocks which is consistently giving profits, if you compare to uh, last before 5 years and after 3 years, whether there is a increase in the profit growth, accordingly it might refine and change. Okay, so this is how you can refine. So some of the screener, this one which I have created, if you can see, which is based on Rahul Jain, popular YouTuber, who has given the how to identify the multi-bagger stock. For that, he has set sales growth is greater than sales growth of 3 years, and profit consistently growing after 3 years, and price to earning is less than industry PE, and book value is less than industry PV, and market capital is greater than 5,000. For that, it has given the refined outcome which says that based on criteria which you have set, this is what you are finding it. So Ashoka build, that is one of the um, uh, residential building and the industrial building um, company. Okay, NMDC. NMDC is another company where you can see a potential. Likewise, we have lot of um, sorry, mention your screener name, please. Oh, sorry, what you're asking, Ish? Someone has asked some question. Mention your screener.
Yeah, I think the question was someone has mentioned to mention the screener name. Probably it's multi-bagger stock prediction.
Okay,
I
that
think there are
yeah, this is
yes,
something I have
yeah.
created based on some of the videos that I've seen. So multi-bagger stock prediction. I don't know whether it will be available for you, but I can share you um, the scripts in our channel. You can take. Okay, you just need to copy.
Actually, there is an option to make it. Yeah, there's an option to make it public. I believe somewhere I've seen that.
Mm,
See if it's possible. I'll just share the
yeah,
formalized one.
this one I
Yeah.
can share it in our chat. Okay, we can you can
Okay.
use it off, but that is just just sharing that in our chat. You can make use of it. Okay, refined outcome. But what you need to do is probably you have to actually um, after finding these results, you need to do a further analysis of fundamental and technical to find whether it's a right time to invest or not. Okay, that is something you have to do it. And you can add or edit some of the columns by adding whether you wanted to see um, FII holding or change, all that you can add it. Okay, accordingly you can see the um, columns in the results. So those will give you further helpful updates to understand based on what your results and whether there is an further details are coming. Let's say for NMDC, there is a 12% of stake which the FIIs are holding. To know how much percentage of FIIs are holding some of these stocks, it will be helpful. And similarly, if you wanted to know DIA, you can edit and add DIA as well.
And Bala, one quick question here.
Okay.
If you see last some 3 to 4 months, right? If FIAs are just selling, they are not buying. So,
Yeah.
in that case, like, how do we consider that part? No, any other way to consider? Yeah.
Yeah. See, basically, we need to. You mean how whether they are selling the stock or not? That you wanted to know.
If you see that Nifty report at the end of the day,
Mm,
generally daily the FIAs are selling. Mostly they are in selling mode only.
correct.
So if I consider any of the shares, they are in selling only. So the question here is, should we consider FIA factor at present, or is there any way other parameters can be incorporated so that it's not giving a different meaning to that? Something like that I'm trying to understand.
Okay.
How to include it. Yeah.
See, here the only thing is once you screen, let's take this an example. So in this NMDC, you can check what is the fundamental of it, okay? And another thing is whether the volume of the stock is increasing or not, that you can able to see from the by running some of the regular volumes you can add it, okay? Whether,
Okay, volumes in answer. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
volume, weekly volume, monthly volumes, you can see whether the volume is keep increasing or not. So that way you will get to know whether the average monthly volume is increasing compared to the weekly volume. That comparative analysis you can do so that you can see the day, even a day volume you can add it, I think. So this is a day volume. You can see that the volume is keep increasing in the sense when you start running every day, you will get to know whether this is increasing in the volume. You can see there is an increase in the volume, which means now the investors are also selling somewhere. Okay, not may not be in this stock or probably some selling, and they are trying to invest in some of the stocks. So the FIA are selling means they are selling to take out their profit, and probably they will go to another country and invest, or they can identify a better potential stock where they can invest at a lower price and then they can book the profit at a later stage. So that's the idea, right? Why we are also investing is we wanted to invest and get a better profit. So similar way, they are moving out in the sense they are taking out the money, whether they are investing today, if they are invested in Titan, the value of the Titan will be very higher. They book some of the profit from there, and within the profits which they have booked, a small portion can be put into an NMDC, which will be a way lesser price compared to the Titan. Correct? Understood? Am I
Yes, yes, and understood. So one of the factors we can consider here is the
volume?
volume.
Yeah.
That's what you're
So you
recommending there,
can
right?
add volume and find out
Okay.
whether it is increasing. If in the case of NMDC, you can see the monthly average volume is close to 9 lakh, right? Sorry, 97 lakhs. And the weekly volume is also recently getting increased compared to this one. You're seeing 81 lakhs, which is increasing. And one day volume, you can see it is very huge. So which means it is keep on increasing in the sense NMDC people are trying to invest.
But this volume is like intraday volume or
Volume,
delivery volume that can
overall volume,
because it
intra,
includes
if you
both
take,
for volume. Oh,
yeah, one day volume means it is a intraday volume, how much people they are trading basically.
okay.
Volume wise, whether this stock as growing in the sense people are more tend to buy and sell. Okay, there is a more liquidity in that stocks. Okay, so
Mm.
hope that answers your question. Okay,
Uh, Bala,
yes,
volume means both sell. It includes both selling and buying, right?
correct,
Total
correct.
count.
What is the action? What is happening on those stocks? It is the volume wise, how much volume is going to be um, transact against that stock. Okay.
Yeah, but here if we take the interest part, if we take what is more interesting, like who is actually delivery part. Like it's not the intraday or buying and selling, but who's taking the delivery. If you want to focus on that, then the volume plus any other factor we should combine because if the beta is higher, then the volume will be higher always. You see Tata Steel, it will be always in crores. It's
Mm,
volume factor.
correct.
So in that case, so if you couple it with something else to give the truth of who is taking the delivery part, is my assumption. So what is your thoughts on that?
Okay, so this is where we'll have to do the technical analysis. Okay, so if the people are keep buying, the stock will try to retain the momentum. Correct. The price action will show you whether this volume of people buying is keep on increasing or not. We'll check the same in the this one. Okay, I'll have to show you screener as well. What's happening? Let me bring my. Okay, it came. Okay, so this is a normal version of TradingView. We'll take NMDC. as an example. Okay, so NMDC, um, so if you can see from here, the volume is being traded, and you will be able to see the volume chart below as well. Okay, how much volume of transactions happened in a day. Okay, so you can see 4.6 million transactions, which is the overall. Probably there are, if you see, it has came down from 226 to 221, which is in the sense people are trying to sell that stock at that particular, okay, in a day. Likewise, we need to see what is happening to stock based on the trend. It is under a selling pressure. The stock keeps falling or declining. So um, the 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 volume, you can see it is very less compared to the previous position where you can see a large volume of buying happened. If you look at some of these areas, you can see more of a green where the people are started buying, and the price action as the price of that particular stock has moved higher and higher. Okay, whereas here you can see the red colors where you are seeing the stock is keep declining, and at this point you can see there are more number of people started buying from this point. This is how we can able to understand how the stock momentum, whether it is which is being buy or whether it is being sold. And another thing is you need to find out a pattern in which it is. This pattern, you simply draw the trend lines to see whether it given a breakout or it's still in the declining state. So in this case, it is in a falling wedge state. So still there is a potential, unless it breaks the top side of this resistance line, falling only. We'll have to find out what is the support at which it can regain the potential. So we'll have to wait, add that to a watch list, and find out going to continue this trend or it is going to break the trend. Whenever it touches there are different patterns, we do a double bottom pattern and various patterns. So when it touches this point, then there could be a momentum which we can see. Hope that explains.
Bala, this we need to consider for 6 months or how much duration?
That's
Complete
again,
duration.
see, this falling, we cannot say it will continue for a week or it will continue for a month. It's again depends upon the overall market conditions and how the projections of trend is happening, right? So we'll have to just go on and find out whether this flow is going to continue considering the overall market and um, the segment in which this particular stock is trading as well. The overall segment is an, you could have seen sometime the IT stocks will perform well. Okay, depends upon the overall conditions of the market. If the IT sector is performing well, then that particular stock will also perform well. If the overall steel segment is performing well, we can see a Tata Steel would also have a potential to immediately go up. So it depends upon the overall market conditions, and some of these, if it is, how this is happening is based on the overall psychology of the people trading in the market. And when there is a set of people who are thinking it is a fair price to buy, then you can see an increase in the volume of buying. Okay, then the reversal will happen, and you can see it will break out, and you will continue to trade at a higher demanded price. Okay. Slightly we are off deviating. I will try to organize another session to um, clarify some of these. Um, the topic which I am trying to cover right now is just to see how to use some of these tools to screen. Okay. So for I think we have almost what um, 40 minutes or close to that. So now you are able to see how to use the screener, right, to set up some of these to identify the stocks. Is it clear in terms of how to use screener?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Bala.
Okay. So see, there are a lot of features available. In one session, I may not be able to cover everything, but at a high level, I am explaining you can use this screener to query and find out what is the best way to find the stocks. Okay. And um, and I will use only screener today. I know there are a lot of things which we can cover from TradingView as well. In the screener itself, other things which I told you, right? So which is like whether the golden crossover happens or not, that you can also identify. For that, you need to I have not seen that here, but you can write a query saying that 50 moving average crosses the 200 moving average. You can even find those by searching here, I think. Let's see. So there are various golden crossover they have written. So golden crossover is nothing but when there is a 200 moving average time frame is crossed by a 50 moving average, that is called as a golden crossover. So in that probably I can show you some in an example of a, I don't know whether I have added all the this one. I'm just going to add one of the indicator 250 moving average. Okay. So this is nothing but a simple moving average which I have taken. In that, I'm just going to use only 50 and 200 moving average. Hope you are able to see the screen visibly. Okay, so this is again a 250 moving average which I am using, but a 50, and this is a 200. You could have seen when the line is a 200 and it has been crossed by the 50 moving average, and the candlesticks are forming above the 50 moving average. When you start identifying this position and if you start investing at this point, you could see it started from 122 rupees and it has gone to the um, almost 200 rupees, 227 rupees. Okay, and still it has not crossed the price 200 moving average. So from 121 to whenever it is touching back, until that point you can hold the position. You could easily retain the almost 100 rupees on this stock. Okay, so utilize the what is the screener, the outcome of this. We can take a Lloyd steel as an example as well to Lloyd's metals. Okay, just going to put plot and see how it looks like. Okay, Lloyd steel and metal. Okay, so this is again, this is already crossed, okay, which is already crossed some time back, and it is trading. It is already crossed, but it is again above the 200 moving 50 moving average. So whether I can invest here? Yes, I can. You can invest it, but you need to do further findings by checking in a weekly, because our investments are for a longer term. That it is well above the 50 moving average in a weekly or a day time frame. If it is there, then you can take it. But when you are going to buy, that is again depends upon which price range. Let's say on a day time frame, if you see, it will give you for a shorter time. This is the crossover they are mentioning, means then it is crossed and it is well above, but it is crossed this one, 50 moving average, it is likely to come down. Okay, so in a longer time frame, if I'm going for a swing or a positional trade for a over a period of time, then I would suggest to look at a longer time frame and see if it is really crossed the 200 moving average, and you can take a position. Uh, as long as that screener outcome, whichever you are seeing here, is just outcome from whatever it is getting reported, but you need to find out volume wise whichever is there, and try to check whether it is recently crossed or it has been already crossed and it is reporting as a, because the script is written based on how they are thinking, right? So you need to refine this script according to what you are thinking on, based on certain criteria which will be a potential for you to give an outcome. These are generic scripts which is somebody has written and which we are trying to utilize that script for our own benefits. Okay, if we use those, we have to be extra cautious by doing further analysis, check whether there is a real um, 50 200 moving average crossover is happening, then you can take it. Otherwise you will have to use various other available screening mechanisms to find whether I can use some of that based on current situation. um, the results are coming, whether it is a right time to buy, which stock is right time to buy, based on whether the volume is increasing. So then can we consider the stock, whether we will have to hold it by doing a fundamental as well as a technical analysis on top of it. Okay, so I use primarily FII buying, and if there is significant FII buying is happening, then I'll go and find for there is a volume increase, and then I can check whether that particular stock has any momentum play is happening, whether it has fundamentally and technically good. Some of the stocks which are may not be fundamentally right because of the lesser price or micro level cap companies. And then I will go and detail analysis of that particular stock, in which sector they are there and like that. So you can see the Mopen Labs, which I've been saying. So it has taken a crossover sometime in 28 rupees or somewhere. That's when I have started buying the stock, and I have holded the stock just because knowing the company background and understanding the investors who are there and who is the promoter of that company. Okay, so now if you can see from 28 29 rupees it has gone up to 80 rupees. Whether it will continue the momentum, that will be again the moving average which we are using are a lagging indicators which may not give the immediate response. It might take its time to give you a response, but you need to consistently watching whether it is dropping or whether it has a potential to go higher and higher based on uses and other things which you have to watch. Okay, so um, primarily you can use screener to first um, do a screening to find what are the potential stocks available, and then you can do a further analysis within the screener to find out whether it is potentially having that capability for that stock to move based on the various ratios which we have, which you can edit, add some of the cheat sheets which I have shared in our group. You can directly add those um, price to earning ratio. Um, you can add price to book value, industry PE, um, PEG ratio, all of that, whichever is more um, more applicable, which you can add it and save, so that you will be able to ratios here, and you can compare whether it is having um, the industry PE. They are saying 36.5. The stock PE is 37. It is very closer. In that sense, it is a fairly trading at the um, PE ratio of industry. So likewise, you will have to add further. I've given some of the screenshots where I'm marking green, red, amber status, right? That's again basically based on the cheat sheets which I have given, saying that this is the percentage, this is a considerable limit, or based on various people who have mentioned, this is the range in which you can look at some of the parameters to find whether that is fundamentally good or not. Okay, but if you know more detail about the PE, how the earning ratios are calculated, what is the debt to equity ratio, all that, if you know him well and good, that would help you to, by seeing the ratios here, you will be able to select the stocks. And the next important thing is you can use the screener with a free edition. Up to 15 or 20 stocks you can review in a month. Okay, more than that you will not be able to see all the details. You can still see some of the ratios but not the details of the company. Here you can see Merpen Lab, what business they are into, and what are the segment they are actually in, and they are giving the geographical revenue breakup where their revenue is also coming from, and you can see some of the focus or future plans which they have, and if there is anything they are planning for acquiring any companies, those details will also come here. Okay, so these are the inputs for you to take the next level of analyzing the stock. This will give you a high level view of what business they are doing, where there is a potential for them to grow. All these details you can conceptually observe from here, and then you will have to further dig down, like peer analysis. Peer, if you can see, there are a lot of peer companies. The Sun Pharma is they are having very large market capital, and if you compare against them, it is very less. It's kind of a micro level. And if you look at how much DIA and FIA holding, you can see they are also holding a good amount of investment, which means they are also investing. And you can see the volume is also keep growing compared to other stocks. Likewise, you can do a comparative analysis against the other stocks. Okay, and then you can go into details of profit and loss, and balance sheet, CIGR value, how the cash flow looks like, um, whether their profits are in loss. Okay, so I think we are coming to end of a session, considering the limitation of the um, Google Meet. We'll have 1 hour session to be completed shortly. Okay, any questions? I will keep it open because I know there are a lot of things to be covered, but it's just one tool we are covering today, screener, how you can use for screening it.
Bala, Vijay here. I know it's too early to ask, but have you just wanted to check? Have you ever integrated any AI tools in any of your screener, or like is there any option?
I have not tried that, Vijay. Honestly, I'm more like
Okay.
manual methods which I am
Mm.
approaching. I have not integrated any of the AI tools. Um,
Mhm.
they
Okay.
might be possible, but we need to go for a premium version. It all cost hefty.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it. Yeah. Thanks, Bala.
But see, if you wanted to use more advanced version of it, you can go for a trend line. Okay, this is we are going to talk
Hmm.
about. in the upcoming sessions. But in this, you will have much better
Okay.
options.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Thanks, Bala.
Okay. Any questions? Okay.
Bala, Karthikeyan here. So you showed few screens today, the 50 DMA crossover and multi-bagger. Similar to that, is there any standard screens that will tell it's going to know now going to break out a momentum stock, something like that? Is there any standard screeners available?
Um, there is one in Trendline where it will give you a DVM rating, but you need to consistently run and see how it produces the report. They have their own weightage on based on which they will be giving the updates. So, which is nothing. I will try to show in tomorrow's session a trend line in which you will be able to get it.
I company.
Hi Bala, this is Vikram. Uh, how to identify the stocks is less than 10 has the potential to move to the 100, reach 100?
That's again based on your further analysis of the stock, understanding their business. When I invested in Suzlon, it was about 7 rupees, Vikram. So what I understood from their business landscape is they have expanded across various countries and they have acquired multiple companies across the world, and they are into the renewable sources. And so you need to have that understanding with what the company does before, and is there any potential need for that company to grow in the future. So those newses and the analysis would help you to see whether there is a potential for you to invest into those companies. There is
Okay, okay,
no
Bala,
tool
thank
will tell you that this company will go, because these are all based on either technical or the users which they get it, based on which if somebody knows that that company is going to 10 rupee company is going to be 100, they would invest silently and they will utilize, right?
you. Okay.
So we need to put efforts to find some of those stocks, multi-baggers or something like that. Then you'll have to see. My principle is 80-20 rule. Okay, I will analyze a lot of stocks, and at the end of day, I will always believe if I invest in 10 stocks, 20 stocks will go up. And whatever the investments which I'm going to invest, if it is a micro or a small, not beyond 10 or 15,000. Okay, and that returns I can see is out of 10 stocks which I invested, even at two stocks perform in that, whatever the investments which I put across, all that will be recovered and it will give me a better results, is what my thought process is.
Yeah, okay, noted. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, I don't know if you all interested to see a similar session for TradingView and Trendline tomorrow. Uh, it is a very vast topic. I can show you some of those only because um, a lot of that you guys have to spend some time analyzing some of these tools and utilize um, some of those. Like I'm using the uh, various tools, analyze, and at the end of the day, I will come to know like what will give us a potential benefit, and then I will pass some of that in our group. So uh, various tools are there. You need to keep using those tools to analyze. So trend in the trend line, you can see various premium investors or superstar investors like um, Ambani. You can see Radhakrishnan, Premji, all these big investors who are having more of crores invested in the trading. In this you can see some of that recent buys which they have done and which of those they sold. Those details we can get it as well. But end of day, nobody will tell you this is what it is going to go high. End of day, you'll have to spend some efforts to by doing a technical and fundamental analysis to identify some of the stocks which is going to make a potential movement in the upcoming days or not is what it will give you. Is it clear? Because some of you asking whether how I am finding is I am finding in a hardest way only. It is not coming um, easy for me. Everything I love to spend some time by doing analysis using various tools. One of these tools is chartink as well. So will identify some stocks and then I will further refine that from the screening, and then I to see what is the company does uh, for their um, business, whether is there any newses. Against all that only we'll get to know. It's not just one tool which will give everything to us. If there is anything, let me know.
Okay, okay, Bala. Bala, can we refer that money control live min just
Yeah,
for
yeah.
some analysis?
So I have given given this snippet. Okay, hopefully this will help you in terms of knowing what tool can be used for what. Okay, there are a lot of tools. Everything is giving some sort of information for us. Whichever is comfortable for you, that you can use it. But every tool has its own purpose. Like screener primarily give you a very high level view you can use for screening. Similarly, if you I am using a paid version of Trendline where you will get more insights about the company, what is the recent purchase of if they are acquiring any companies, if they are going into any block deals, all sort of information will be available from Trendline. Money control would also give you that information. It might be giving at a higher level, but if you take Trendline, it gives much more deeper analysis view, and they can also give you some extracted reports which I'm sharing you in the chat sometime, right? That will go against the fundamental analysis, technical analysis. They will give a kind of a snippet update saying that this is overbought zone, or they will give you this company has more debits. And so, like high level summary, SWOT analysis. Anyway, the money control also have a SWOT analysis, a detailed analysis report which you can produce it from Trendline. That is what I have seen. The company overview
Okay,
details will be much lesser in case of money control, but in screener you will get much more detail about the company and overall what they are doing, revenue split, all that you will be able to get it from screener. There are various tools, but I have limited to use screener, trendline, money control, charting, stockage, um, and um, Mint for newses, TradingView primarily for charting. Charts, I have having a professional edition in which it has the feature called pattern analysis also, which will help me to understand in which pattern it is trading. So there is a potential or not. Those things are easily observed from the trading. Hope this session is useful for you. Please see, if you have any questions, please feel free to post your questions in the our WhatsApp group. Okay, there are um, more people who are more experienced in our group who will be able to give you a response. Um, I may be 3 years or 4 years old in doing trading, but you can see some of those peoples in that group are having more than 10, 15 years of experience. If you have any questions, feel free to post it. It's just a group to um, address. If some, I am also new learning things day by day. If there are you have questions, you post it. Probably someone will come and address your question. That's the intent of forming that group. Okay.
Okay. Are we having another session like charting and trendlyne?
Yeah, if you are interested, tomorrow same time, I'll share that group link here in our chat. We can join. Probably I can walk through on how to use Trendline, and so the informations which I'm sharing is at a very base level. Okay, that will at least give you some kind of urge to register and start looking at those, and then probably you can invest some time to further use that tool for doing your own analysis.
Yes, yes, it's very useful. We can have another session.
Yeah, tomorrow I will send the invite. Tonight I will send the invite. Tomorrow we will join the same timing between 7:30 to 8:30. Probably 1 hour. We'll go through that and see if any further session is required. We'll walk through on different day. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Thanks.
Thanks
Thank
everyone.
you.
Yeah, thank you, Bala.
Thank you,
Thanks,
brother.
Bala.
Thank you for the session,
Thanks.
brother. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks, Bala.
Thanks everyone for joining Share Market Winners Academy. This is Bala signing out. Thank you.